Hello, welcome back, my favorite movement enthusiasts, to one of the most interesting topics I have talked about in a long time. One of my life's mottos has always been, it is better to be underestimated and impressed than to be overestimated and disappoint. Which is why I've made my small size one of my strengths instead of my weaknesses when it comes to both lifting or calisthenics or even fighting. Now, this one is going to be more of a theoretical one. If you are more interested in a detailed workout plan that focuses much more on muscle density versus size, just let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you. As for all the studies I have mentioned in this video, all will be referenced in the description down below. So today we're diving into a topic that many people, including myself, find fascinating: the difference between muscle size and muscle density. If you've ever wondered where you can be strong with smaller muscles or how to train for dense, strong muscles without bulking up too much, stick around, let's get started. First, let's break down the difference between muscle size and muscle density. Muscle size, or hypertrophy, refers to the overall volume or mass of the muscle. This occurs primarily through two mechanisms: sarcoplasmic hypertrophy and myofibrillar hypertrophy. Sarcoplasmic hypertrophy increases the volume of sarcoplasmic fluid in the muscle cells, leading to large muscles without significant increase in strength. Myofibrillar hypertrophy, on the other hand, increases the size and number of myofibrils, the contractile components of our muscles, resulting in both increased muscle size and strength. Muscle density is about how compact and firm the muscle fibers are. Dense muscles are not necessarily large, but they are very strong and defined, often seen in athletes like gymnasts or martial artists. This is typically achieved through myofibrillar hypertrophy, which, as mentioned, focuses on the growth of the actual muscle fibers. Now, a study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research highlighted that myofibrillar hypertrophy contributes significantly to muscle density and strength gains, while sarcoplasmic hypertrophy contributes more to muscle size without proportional strength increases. Now, can someone with smaller, denser muscles be stronger than someone with large, less dense muscles? The answer is yes, of course. Strength doesn't solely depend on the size of the muscle. It's also about how effectively your muscles can generate force. Smaller, denser muscles have a higher proportion of muscle fibers packed into the given volume, which can lead to greater strength. Another example, a study in the European Journal of Applied Physiology found that athletes with higher muscle density, measured by muscle cross-section area, often exhibit greater strength than those with large but less dense muscles. So don't be fooled by size alone. Density plays a crucial role when it comes to a muscle's strength and its efficiency. How do you train for muscle density versus muscle volume? When training for muscle volume or hypertrophy, the goal is to increase the size of your muscle fibers. This typically involves lifting moderate to heavy weights for a higher number of repetitions, around 8 to 12. It's also important to focus on progressive overload, meaning you gradually increase the weight or resistance over time, which is the same thing for muscle density. This type of training primarily stimulates sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, contributing to an increased muscle size. A study in sports medicine found that the higher repetition ranges and moderate loads are more effective for increasing muscle volume through sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. On the flip side, training for muscle density focuses on increasing the strength and compactness of your muscle fibers. This usually involves lifting heavier weights for lower repetitions, around 4 to 6 reps per set. Compound movements like deadlifts, squats, and bench press are excellent for building dense muscles because they engage multiple muscle groups and promote overall strength. And we've talked about compound movements in length and how effective they are. The research published in the Journal of Applied Physiology suggests that lower reps with higher weights are more effective for stimulating myofibrillar hypertrophy, which enhances muscle density and strength, as we said before. If your goal is to build a more dense musculature without growing too big, I recommend incorporating exercises that emphasize strength over size, like compound movements. Exercises like push-ups, pull-ups, and dips are fantastic for developing dense, lean muscle mass, even if you're not using any weight. You can also include kettlebell workouts and resistance band exercises to add variety and challenge your muscles in different ways. You gotta confuse the muscle, always confuse the muscle. Now let's talk about what to avoid when training for muscle density. First, avoid excessive isolation exercises. While biceps curls and triceps extensions can be part of your routine, they shouldn't be the main focus because you're aiming for density and functional musculature. Second, steer clear of overtraining. Of course, rest and recovery are crucial for muscle growth and repair, so make sure you're giving your muscles enough time to recover between workouts. A study in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research emphasizes the importance of recovery, showing that insufficient rest can lead to decreased muscle density and performance. Now, sufficient rest will be different from person to person, but I would suggest finding out how you feel after a workout and listening to your body, which sounds a lot easier than it is. And there you have it, the key differences between muscle size and muscle density, or how you can train to achieve that strong, defined look without getting too bulky. Remember, it's all about how you train and the exercises you choose. With that said, sadly, that's all the time I have left for you today. But if you like the video and subscribe and check out other videos on this channel because we have new ones every single day. So until tomorrow, Captain Cairo, peace out.